If you're a high performing woman over 40 and your body suddenly feels like it's working against you, you're going to want to watch this. Because the real reason you can't lose stubborn body fat has nothing to do with your willpower, your genetics, or even your age. In fact, every time you follow generic fitness advice, the apps, the classes, the eat less, move more mentality, you're actually triggering a hormonal cascade that forces your body to store more fat around your midsection. And I'm going to prove this to you in the next few minutes using real client data from my practice. You'll see why 90% of women over 40 who try to lose weight on their own actually gain it back within 6 months or even less. And I'll show you the precise 5-step protocol I use with executives, consultants, and busy professionals to lose 15 to 30 pounds in 90 days, training just 90 minutes per week. So this is the same system that helped Sarah, a management consultant, lose 23 pounds in 12 weeks while working 60-hour weeks, and Rochelle, who dropped 3 dress sizes without giving up wine or social dinners. But first, let me show you why everything you've tried before was designed to fail from day one. So you've likely downloaded the apps, you've tried the online classes or the HIIT classes at your gym, you've followed the fitness influencers on Instagram, you've tried the random Instagram or YouTube workouts, and you maybe even hired a trainer at your gym as well. And initially, you might have seen some progress, but then you plateaued. The weight comes back, you feel more frustrated than when you started. So here's what's really happening. The apps and generic programs don't account for your changing hormones. They're built for 25-year-olds with different metabolic needs than you, and the fitness classes push you harder when your body needs precision recovery. More intensity actually backfires with fat loss after 40. And the figure it out yourself approach ignores the fact that your body's now operating on completely different rules. After 40, especially during perimenopause, hormones are shifting. Estrogen and progesterone are declining, your stress tolerance is lower, your nervous system is more reactive, your metabolism is more sensitive. So when you apply generic advice, your body interprets it as a threat and activates fat storage mode. You end up storing more fat, burning less energy, and overall just feeling more exhausted. But here's what the apps and classes don't tell you is you don't need to work harder, you need to shift the signals your body is receiving. So I'm Ashley Richmond, a national level athlete, health and performance coach, and the creator of the Lean Lifestyle System inside High Performance Human Program. I spent the last 4 years reverse engineering exactly what works for high performing women over 40, creating specific protocols that work for women with demanding careers, travel schedules, and the responsibilities that never stop. And the real breakthrough when I discovered the 5 metabolic signals that determine whether your body stores fat or burns it, especially after 40. And I'm going to get into these soon, but first I want to quickly tell you about my own experience of this issue. My entire life, I've been a driven, results-obsessed high performer. My mindset was more is more. And that obsession took me to national level hockey, but it also nearly broke me. In 2017, after pushing endlessly, which was 6 days a week in the gym, tons of hockey training, strict keto for over 2 years straight, my body crashed. I also didn't even have the results to show for these efforts. My physique was fine, but not great, and I struggled to put on muscle, and I really struggled with my energy levels as well. Then I battled chronic fatigue. I couldn't train, I couldn't play, I could barely function for 6 months, and my body was sending the ultimate stress signal, and I had ignored every warning. But fortunately, that low point was the breakthrough. It forced me to rethink everything. I couldn't keep doing what I was doing. I realized my more is more approach was preventing my results, forcing my body into a survival mode. And I discovered a profound truth that less is more. And this is exactly what I do with my training in my life now and what I'm helping my clients do as well. I learned to work with my body's signals instead of fighting against them, to prioritize strategic recovery and true balance. And honestly, the transformation was astonishing. I became leaner and stronger than ever, training just 3 times a week, 30 minutes each session. My performance massively improved on the rink and in life in general. So by changing the system, by sending the right signals, everything changed. I had more energy, more presence for my family, and my health routines fueled my life instead of draining it. And this journey, which is me uncovering how to achieve peak performance while creating true balance, is what led me to create the Lean Lifestyle System. This is a system that gets you lean and is in itself lean on purpose. My mission is to show high achievers like you how to build a lean, athletic body, amplifying your performance at work, and showing up fully for your family, all by working smarter, not harder, and by sending your body the right signals. So here's how it works. Pillar number 1 is the lean eating framework. So your body isn't just responding to what you eat, it's responding to when, how, and why as well. In perimenopause and postmenopause, hormonal shifts cause the metabolism to become more reactive to stress, irregular meals, and long fasting windows. And if you're like any of the women that I work with, these are things that happen on a regular basis. There's obviously a lot of stress in your life. Meals become irregular as your schedule gets busy, and you end up with fasting windows where you're going periods of time without eating. So this framework focuses on protein first eating to stabilize blood sugar and preserve lean mass, a meal matrix to make food decisions effortless, and eating aligned with your circadian rhythm to work with your hormones and not against them. And this is all happening without counting calories, rigid meal plans, or cutting out food groups. So I want to tell you about my client, Sarah. So she was skipping breakfast, fueling with caffeine, and barely eating during the day, only to crash later with cravings and fatigue. So we rebuilt her meals around protein. I taught her how to eat early and consistently, and I gave her a simple meal matrix she could use at home or on the go because she was often traveling. Within weeks, her energy stabilized, her sleep improved, and the stubborn belly fat finally started to budge. And the thing with Sarah was that she didn't need more rules, she just needed a better signal. And I know you might be thinking, Ashley, I can just eat more protein and skip breakfast myself. And you're right, you could try. But here's what happened to Jennifer before she started working with me, who thought the same thing. So she increased her protein, started intermittent fasting, and initially lost 8 pounds. But at week 6, everything stalled. She was doing everything right, but her body stopped responding. The problem was she was missing the precision timing. She didn't know about the cortisol insulin dance that happens in perimenopausal women, and that intermittent fasting actually backfires for women like her. When we adjusted her protocol on her specific metabolic markers, she lost the remaining 19 pounds in 8 weeks. Now, the difference is knowing what to do and knowing how to do it for your unique situation. So pillar number 2 is the lean body training blueprint. So we want to forget about boot camps and burning yourself out in HIIT classes, because if you're a woman, especially a woman over 40, your training must match your hormones. So unfortunately, we can't train like men do. We also can't eat like men, which is something that too many women find out the hard way. So our training system uses 3 efficient full body strength sessions per week, metabolic movement habits built into your day, recovery, supportive strength to avoid overloading your nervous system. And this isn't about, grinding or working really hard in the gym. It's about that signaling again. We're teaching your body to retain muscle, which is crucial for the metabolism, burn fat, and to come out of that survival mode. So let me tell you about Rochelle. When she first came to me, she was doing cardio 5 days a week, pushing hard, and wondering why nothing was changing. When she started working with me, we scaled that back. So this was really hard for her because she had been training a certain way for so long, and I had to really explain to her why we were changing what we were doing. And for her, we ended up doing less, which is always a challenge because most of my clients, high performers, they want to be doing more. And for a lot of them, it's honestly just about dialing it back. So we reduced the intensity, we removed the excess cardio, and we rebuilt her training around short, hormone supportive strength sessions. So it took a huge mindset shift. But when she realized that what was working in her 20s and 30s was no longer serving her, everything changed. She started seeing her body respond, her energy returned, and for the first time in years, things finally started clicking. So this is a message I got from her where one day it just finally clicked. She understood why we were doing what we were doing and finally accepted that the way she was training needed to change for the stage in life that she was in. So here's what every fitness app gets wrong. They assume all stress is good stress, but when you're managing teams, traveling, operating at high performance, your nervous system is already taxed. Adding intense workouts actually blocks fat loss. So I see this way too much. Stress from exercise is the same as stress from work, according to your body. Stress is stress, and so many women are just stacking stress on top of stress. So, could you Google strength training for women over 40? You definitely can, but you'd spend months figuring out what Michelle, a finance director, learned in our first session, which was that the exact rest ranges, rest periods, and exercises that work with her elevated cortisol levels, not against them, is what's going to make the biggest difference. She went from struggling through hour-long gym sessions to getting better results in 30-minute focus sessions twice a week. So the do-it-yourself approach costs you months of trial and error, and the precision approach gets you there in weeks. So pillar number 3 is the recovery code. So you can't outtrain stress, and if you're a high-performing woman, you know that life rarely lets up. The late night emails, the early morning meetings, the caregiving responsibilities, and that constant decision-making, your body's going to register all of that stress, like I just talked about. And when your body's constantly in that fight or flight state, it sends one message loud and clear to hold on to fat. So the recovery code is about systematically bringing your nervous system back to balance so your body feels safe enough to actually let go of that fat. Because if you think about it, the body's storing fat as a survival mechanism. So if it feels like, we're under stress, there's a threat, it's going to hold on to fat because it's such a good energy source. And we really need to signal to the body that we don't need to hold on to it and that it is safe to let this go. So we're going to do this through simple, powerful sleep rituals for deep rest. So even if you can't get a full 8 hours of sleep, we're going to make sure the hours you do get are really high quality. We have strategic nervous system downshifting techniques and precision mineral and adaptogen support to calm your nervous system from the cellular level. And this isn't about bubble baths or getting massages, although those are helpful. This is real science-backed recovery that restores your metabolism, sharpens your thinking, and helps you perform at your best. Because when your nervous system is regulated, you're going to lead better, think clearer, you're going to show up with presence and power. And here again, it's really a mindset shift of recovery isn't a luxury, it's your biological advantage. Then pillar 4 is a daily rhythm protocol. So as you might know, your body and especially your metabolism run on a 24-hour clock called your circadian rhythm. And for high-achieving women juggling work, family, and endless to-do lists, that rhythm is often out of sync. You may be staying up late to catch up on work, skipping meals, pushing through fatigue with coffee and sugary foods or drinks, but all of that is going to disrupt your hormonal balance and stall your fat loss. So the daily rhythm protocol helps you realign your internal clock so your body works with you, not against you. And we do this by anchoring your mornings with sunlight, hydration, and light movement to signal that it's time to be awake and alert. We time your meals to work with your natural cortisol and insulin rhythms, and we create a simple wind down ritual to help you end your day in a restore mode so that your sleep actually helps you recover. Because when your rhythm is synced, everything improves. Fat burning, energy, sleep, and focus as well. And this is one of the most overlooked keys of getting the body that you want. And pillar 5 is the precision supplement stack. So after 40, your body has new needs. There are hormonal shifts, nutrient depletion, gut changes, and higher stress loads, which all mean that eating clean often isn't enough. And this is where the precision supplement stack comes in. We use targeted science-backed support to fill nutritional gaps that are a result of perimenopause or postmenopause. We support hormonal metabolism and reduce fat storage signals, and we improve energy, sleep, stress resilience, and digestive health. You don't need a shelf full of random pills, but you do need the right support for your body in this season of life. So we're going to take out the guesswork and give you exactly what you need to amplify your results, support recovery, and feel your best as well. So there we go. These are the 5 interconnected pillars of the lean lifestyle system. You can think of them as 5 precisely engineered cogs in a powerful machine. When these systems work together, they don't just add up, they multiply, creating effortless fat loss, high energy, and peak performance in the gym, at work, and with your family as well. The beauty of this integrated approach is the inherent resilience it provides. Even if 1 or 2 cogs are temporarily less than perfect due to life's demands, the others sustain momentum, ensuring your progress continues on autopilot. And when these 5 pillars work together, they do more than help you lose weight. They restore balance, they return your body to a state where it can thrive, and fat loss becomes a byproduct of living in alignment. So unlike traditional programs, this system actually adapts to your life instead of demanding that your life adapt to it. So after seeing all that, here's your choice. You can close this video and spend the next 6 to 18 months trying to piece this together yourself, downloading more apps, trying more classes, hoping eventually something sticks. Or you can shortcut years of trial and error and get the exact roadmap that's already worked for over 200 high-performing women just like you. So I want you to imagine this. You wake up naturally before your alarm, clear-headed and calm. You walk into your closet and confidently pull on your favorite pair of jeans. They zip up easily, no tugging and no frustration. You catch your reflection in the mirror and you aren't ashamed of what you see. You feel and look like yourself again. Your energy stays consistent throughout the day, whether you're leading a meeting, helping your kids with homework, or you're out for dinner. Food becomes simple. This is a big one for a lot of my clients. You're not assessing, restricting, or second guessing what you're eating. You know exactly what works for you and it fits easily into your life. You go to bed proud, satisfied, and grounded, knowing your body's working for you again and not against you. This is what happens when you stop fighting your body and start understanding it. If you're ready to stop guessing and start knowing exactly how to give your metabolism the precise signals it needs to shed stubborn weight, reignite your energy, and regain the physique you know you could have, if you're ready to put fat loss on autopilot and install a personalized roadmap designed for your demanding life, your travel, your workload, your high performance demands, then I invite you to take the next step. I only open a few spots each month, and I'm not going to pretend this is for everyone. This system requires an investment, both financial and in showing up for yourself consistently. But if you're tired of your body being the one area of your life where you feel out of control, if you're ready to stop wasting time on generic solutions and get a protocol designed specifically for you and your demanding lifestyle, send me a DM on LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram if you are following me on there, or send me an email at ashley@ashleyricmond.net with the word ready. This is simply your signal to me that you're ready for clarity on what's next. I'll personally send you all the details on how High Performance Human works and how you can join the few who are finally taking back control of their health, energy, and physique. Now, this journey starts with a decision, and this decision could be the turning point you've been waiting for. So don't let another day pass feeling like you're slowly becoming the person you never want to be. Thank you for taking the time to watch this breakdown. I'm so excited to be your guide and biggest supporter through this journey, and I hope to hear from you soon.